This episode is brought to you by Accenture. When your advertising operations fall out of sync, everything else follows. Spotify and Accenture are working together to reinvent the rhythm of ad sales, using automation, analytics, and smarter workflows to simplify campaign delivery and access better data across the business. The result? Less time spent on operations, more time connecting brands with the moments and fandoms that matter most. Learn more at accenture.com/Spotify.
Here's your report.
Oh, thanks, Jane. I wish I could hire someone just like you.
Try LinkedIn Hiring Pro. It's more than a job board. It's like the recruiter you always wished you had. Hiring Pro uses real-time insights to match your role to LinkedIn's unique network of professionals and delivers a short list of best fit candidates. You'll spend less time sorting applicants and more time talking to the right people.
Let's do it. You're irreplaceable, Jane, but another you would be great.
Hire right the first time. Post your job for free on LinkedIn today at linkedin.com/quality.
Welcome to Holocron History, Star Wars Canon vs. Legends, where we take a deep dive into the Star Wars universe, such as characters, creatures, stories, and so much more. Hosted by Ben of Temeria and Kadojo.
Welcome back, Acolytes Adepts, to Holocron History, Star Wars Canon vs. Legends. I am one of your hosts, Brandon, or also known as Ben of Temeria, and always with me is my good friend, Kadojo.
Hello there.
And we are here to bring you the final part of Prince Xizor, who is from Shadow of the Empire, right?
Technically, yes, he
Okay.
is. He's
Dark
also
Forces?
in a book, but
Shadow of the
no.
Empire. Oh, okay.
Shadow of the
Mainly-
Empire, but he was also in a book
That's what it was.
that I know of.
For some reason, I always, when I think Shadow of the Empire, my mind goes to Dark Forces for some reason. It's part of the same series, but
Kind of. They have different protagonists. Dark
Yeah, but
Forces have Kyle Katarn, and I can't remember who Dark Forces protagonist was. I think it was a one-off.
it was, but it's part of the. I'm pretty sure Dark Forces and Shadow of the Empire is in the same like series of games, like the stories add up together and whatnot. I think. Don't quote me on that. It's been a really long time since I played those games, but
Quote him. Quote him.
don't you dare. Anyway, with Prince Xizor, he's now getting into some politics with some interesting people, that's for sure.
So, having a rich family worth trillions, having a legitimate
Mhm.
company dealing in illegitimate businesses, being part of a galactic-wide criminal organization, and now politics.
Politics.
This guy
So-
gets bored easily.
Oh yeah, he's into literally everything. Like, I'm shocked that he's not like a scientist of some sorts and starts creating crap. So, but the fallen prince took a great deal of interest in dealing with the Hutts. Yeah. So knowing that they were the masters of all illegal activities in the Outer Rim, he hoped to ally himself with them and expand his own power to even greater levels.
He does realize the Hutts and the Black Suns are rivals in the criminal underworld, right?
Well, maybe, yeah. Maybe not. Who knows? We'll see. So the occasion for this is presented to him by the conflict between the two largest Hutt clans, the Basadi and the Dezulik, which is obviously Jabba's clan, between 5 and 2 BBY. When Arik the Hutt, head of the Basadi Khajiit, was killed by his rivals from the Dezulik. I don't know how it's Desillijic.
Did you leak?
Right.
That's my best guess.
Xizor lent his assistance to Erlik's heir, Durga, who offered to kill the latter's rivals within the clan, ensuring a smooth transition of power in exchange for his cut of profits in the Basadi's spice operations on Lycia.
Yeah, Lycia.
So later on, Xizor also provided Durga with security for Alicia, by granting the services of a private security company that normally worked in tandem with Black Sun. Again, the Hutt gangster agreed in exchange to offer the Dark Prince an even greater share of the Uzilian enterprise when a rebel strike team destroyed the Uzilia anyway. Dirge was left with little resource and subsequently became one of Xizor's Vigos, one of the latter's many subordinates in the Black Sun Syndicate.
So it sounds like he put a lot of resources into this, and Rebels just kind of screwed him over.
But Durga became one of his Vigos.
AKA lieutenants?
Something like that. Yeah, captain,
Can't
lieutenant,
remember.
something like that, in that line.
Capitals.
So even after the acquisition of Bersadi, Xizor also had dealings with Jabba, head of the Jezelik, with the Hutt crime lord addressing him in basic. Wow. A very rare concession from him. In the end, the Dark Prince had succeeded in extending Black Sun's power far from the Outer Rim while eliminating the threat of serious competition from the Hutt cartel. From now on in the Galactic Underworld, his organization was a power without equal. That's... Seen Jabba speak Hutt, or speak basic.
Yeah.
Is almost... It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. He talked to Xizor in basic specifically because he knew things were serious.
Yeah. I mean, that either shows a great amount of respect, a great amount of fear,
or both.
Or both.
So Xizor also worked with the assembler Grodad Mubat to bring about the destruction of the Bounty Hunters Guild and to replace it with a supply of freelance bounty hunters loyal to the Empire. However, at first he only succeeded in splitting the guild into two warring factions, posting a huge bounty for rogue Special Forces Stormtrooper Thurin Vosnot. Xizor's goal was to fully realize when the two warring factions tore themselves apart. Though the commando had played his role in the plot, he nonetheless dispensed by the Dark Prince's agents.
So, yeah, you try to break up a bounty hunters guild, so that way it becomes sole enforcement of the Empire in the Outer Rim, essentially. And the bounty hunter guild's like, no, none of that.
Yeah. So at one point, Xizor tried and failed to wrest control of the Crate Drive yards from Kuwait, causing the latter to attempt a frame up against Black Sun, leader for the murders of Owen and Beru Lars, Luke Skywalker's guardians.
Why would Kuwait, any part of Kuwait, frame up against the Black?
It's Kuwait.
Oh no! What
of Kuwait is the head of the Kuwait family. Kuwait Drive Yards being the manufacturer for most starships. Kuwait, the head of the Kuwait family, attempted to frame up against the Black Sun leaders for the murders of Owen and Beru.
I misheard that. I thought the Black Sun was trying to frame Kuwait. Like, why?
No. Kuwait's trying to blame Black Sun for their murders.
This way makes more sense. This way.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot.
Oh, it's okay. But, now we're getting into some things you might know from the shadows. So, obviously, this shadows the Empire. This is what I'm talking about. So, shortly after his subjugation of Bespin, Xizor contacted Tibur Zan, head of the rival criminal venture known as the Zan Consortium, and had made a deal with him. The latter crime lord agreed to steal Tibana from Cloud City and share 50% of the profit with the Dark Prince, who would be turned on a range meeting with the Emperor or one of his representatives. Xizor was aware of Vader's presence on Bespin and staged the mission as a trap for Zan.
Now,
And we're going.
Zan is the main character of Star Wars Empire at War, Force of Corruption. He essentially tries to make his own criminal empire. I don't know if it's canon or not, or sorry, legends or not, if this happens, but he's an interesting character. Thrawn almost considers him an equal. Zan certainly considers himself an equal of Thrawn, but Thrawn is wary of him.
Yeah, yeah, and for anybody to know, Tabana is a rare form of matter found both in gas and liquid, which is it's processed at Cloud City.
Yeah, and Tabana gas from Cloud City is highly valuable, which is why I'm guessing the Empire double back on their deal with Lando. It's like, nah, we kind of like this small operation. We're gonna take it for ourselves.
I can't stand when I'm in my house. I'm literally recording, and they are loud as all can be, and I cannot stand that. It drives me. They know I record the same days every single week at the same time. I don't know how hard it is to know a schedule.
I was trying to fill for you there.
Yeah, no, I apologize
to...
for anybody who hears a bunch of random noise in the background on my end because, my family does not know how to shut up. Oh my god, it drives me insane. Anyway,
to clarify,
sorry, getting back to... Oh, go on.
Tabana gas is used for blasters and high yield energy weapons such as, turrets on Star Destroyers. So
yeah. So then Tiber completed the contract, but correctly suspecting a double cross, decided to plant evidence pointing to Vader into Xizor's direction during the raid and hired IG-88 to access to the planets on the gangster's hit list. After the theft, he sold the Tabana gas on the black market and used some to build his fleet.
I think this was a mission in Force of Corruption.
Possibly. I don't know.
I think so.
Book.
Yeah, no. This is the game. This is
the game. Okay.
Empire at War. Yeah, this is the main storyline.
Empire at War?
Yeah, Forces of Corruption. The DLC.
I see. I never played that, so...
You should. It's good.
So, during this time, the Fallen's kingpin interests would also conclude with those of the Empire, assisting in the construction of the second Death Star. Prince Xizor offered Lord Vader 300 ships for the construction project, and the latter...
distrusted the seemingly collaborator
could not refuse without suffering Emperor Palpatine's wrath. Vader had good reason to distrust Xizor. However, the Fallen planned to destroy the cyborg, the man who had condemned the entire family to death, by executing a masterstroke of vengeance. Learning of his adversary's quest for Luke Skywalker, Xizor attempted to frustrate it and simultaneously lower Vader and Palpatine's esteem by having the young Jedi killed.
So, as a reminder, Vader killed Xizor's entire family.
Yes.
If not entire homeworld.
Yes.
And he's also in Palpatine's court every now and then.
Yep.
Trying to gain Palpatine's favor, so.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, Xizor has a, vendetta against Vader.
Mm-hmm.
Highly.
I'm starting to wonder if the list of people who don't have a vendetta against Vader is shorter.
Probably. I wouldn't doubt it. So, therefore, he and Guri contact several gun for hires through intermediaries and posted a bounty on Luke Skywalker's life. The Dark Prince also managed to convince the Emperor allowed the Rebel Alliance to get hold of the plans for the second Death Star. He could profit from this in one of two ways. He could deliver the insurgents to the Dark Lord of the Sith, therefore entering his good graces if the Empire won, or if the Alliance did win the war, he would make sure they didn't forget the Black Sun's invaluable contribution to their victory.
Okay, so this is Palpatine's supposed plan. Now we learn the truth. It wasn't. It was Xizor's plan all along.
Yeah. No. I don't know how I feel about that. So, upon learning that a smuggler named Dash Rendar was moving supplies from the Rebel Alliance and providing transport for the swoop racer Kimi Kryler, Prince Xizor ordered the agents to investigate the activities so he could reveal them to Emperor Palpatine. He could even dispatch Guri to confront Rendar directly in Corvella, through the smuggler managed to escape the human replica droid. And by the way, you play as Dash Rendar in Shadows of the Empire.
Yeah. Now, my question is, why would the Emperor care about one measly little smuggler?
Good question. Why does the Emperor care about the Rebel Alliance?
Well, to be fair, that's a lot of dissidents you're gathering together.
True,
A smuggler is a smuggler.
Super weapons, and that he could have easily crushed all of them. He just didn't.
He's a Sith. He likes to play with his food.
Yeah, that's what you don't do. You don't do that. So, for the final swoop race of the season at Mos Espa Race on Tatooine, Xizor Transport Company had provided several large luxury and sand barges from which spectators could watch the race. The Dark Prince himself had come to witness the event from his personal barge, with his human replica droid henchman at his side. By doing so, Xizor hoped to lure Luke Skywalker into the barge, where Scrotol would lay a trap for him. However, the Barbabel mercenary failed to subdue the Lung Jedi, and so his quarry escaped.
Barbabel. Wow, that is a freaky looking alien.
They're reptilian style. They actually have tails.
Yeah, this kind of looks like a Dragonborn, except with a lizard head.
I was thinking, thinking Argonian from Elder Scrolls.
I don't know. No Elder Scrolls.
What? You never played Skyrim?
I played it for about 20 minutes, got bored, and put it away.
Wow. All right. Fine, be that way. Anyway, you just made a lot of people mad, but anyway. So Xizor Transport Systems was also looking to sponsor the swoop racing team, and following the race, Xizor held a party to which Kimi Kryler was invited. Guri was also in attendance with her master, but refrained from confronting Rendar at the party. During the party, she chatted with the Fallen and became influenced by his pheromones, which caused her to develop a short-lived attraction to him.
So they have pheromones.
Well, yeah, we went over that. The Fallen have, like, they can discrete, like, pheromones in the air to where people can, that like them. Mm-hmm. It's just a thing of their species. So after the party, Xizor and Guri followed Kryler, Rendar, and their bodyguard to a nearby cantina where the smuggler was delivering a data pad with important information to Luke Skywalker. Xizor ordered Guri to kill the group and take the data pad, but Skywalker and the others put up a strong defense. Finally, the Dark Prince gave up and ordered the Enforcer to leave, promising to expose all information about the smuggler and, more importantly, the Jedi trainee to the Emperor.
I'll give Xizor this. At least he knew when to give up and cut his losses.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. He knew when to stop. It's like, I'm matched. I'm done.
You mean the surprise failed? Yeah, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Unlike the Empire, the surprise failed? Send more men.
Let's do it again. Repeat it. He's like, okay, we just lost like 50 ties. Do it again. Okay. Sure, I guess we will, and send more people to their deaths. But anyway, with that being said, let's take a quick mid-break, thank our patrons, and we'll be right back.
This episode is brought to you by State Farm. Listening to this podcast instead of doom scrolling? Smart move. Another smart move? Getting help from one of State Farm's 19,000 local agents when you choose to bundle home and auto. Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
All right, welcome to the middle of the show. Talk about everything with the podcast has nothing to do with the lore of Star Wars. Here, we want to thank all of our amazing patrons. Thank you all so much for supporting the show. And if you too want to support the show, you can go to patreon.com/holocronhistories, where you can get ad-free episodes or even join us once a month on the show itself. You can even leave us ratings, reviews on Apple and Spotify. Leave 5-star review on Apple with some words, but we'll read out the next time on the show, as well as nice Spotify comments, which we did have one today. It was more of a question than a comment from Ewick004. Do you guys know why Bandit from the Indiana Jones Lorecast hasn't posted an episode in a long time? I do. It's because he put the show on hiatus. So that is why he hasn't posted any new episodes. The show is put on hiatus for stuff that he has going on in life. So as far as I'm aware. So that's why that show hasn't had any new episodes. So I'm sorry for you to hear that, but yeah. But you can also find us in a few different Discord servers on the Robots Radio Discord at robotsradio.net, as well as my own Discord server, the Ben and Friends Podcast in Discord, where you can find this show and all the other shows that I host, which are the Final Fantasy Lorecast, the Gundam Lorecast, the Wizarding World Lorecast, and the Witcher Lorecast. And I think that's it, because there's not really any newsworthy stuff right now.
Destiny 2, getting lightsabers.
Whatever. They just lost a lawsuit. I don't care.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
why
just saying you get.
That's why you don't. Any game devs out there, don't delete shit.
Yeah. All I'm saying is that Destiny 2, you get lightsabers now, apparently. So.
Yeah, they did a collaboration with Lucasfilm and stuff like that. Yeah, I forget what the update's going to be. Is it out now?
I don't know. It's Equilibrium.
Oh, it's the dungeon. Yeah, they're starting to do some of the Star Wars stuff, collaboration stuff with that. But there's an actual update, expansion thing that's going to be all Star Wars related.
I honestly lost track of the storyline for that game a long time ago.
Yes. Yep. Same. It's what happens when you do seasonal story crap. And, if you, put down the game for a couple months, come back, don't know where you're at. I hate that so much. I followed off Destiny after Forsaken. Came back when they did each expansion just so I can do those expansion stories. That's cool, but I don't like the season format. Don't lock story, important story behind a seasonal content. I don't like that. Anyway, that's my TED talk. I think it's a good time to get back into Prince Xizor.
Okay.
This summer, say I do.
I am marrying a stranger.
Like never before.
Am I crazy?
It's a whole new Married at First Sight on Peacock.
Thank God I woke up in love.
With new experts.
My name is Dr. Lisa.
My name is Paul Brunson.
More couples.
This could be the start of a very successful marriage.
And more surprises.
Or maybe not.
Everything is just not enough.
You're a little bit crazy.
I don't know what's gonna happen. I want my fairy tale ending.
Married at First Sight, now streaming. New episodes Thursdays, only on Peacock.
This episode is brought to you by Perfect Bistro Cat Food. Cats, this ad is for you. Has your human ever called you picky, persnickety, choosy? If so, Perfect Bistro Cat Food is for you. With ingredients like wild-caught tuna and pasture-raised lamb, tantalizing textures, and delectable flavors that meet even the most discerning cat standards. You're not picky, you're just perfectionists. Perfect Bistro, mealtime perfection for every cat. Have your human visit perfectbistro.com.
All right, so yeah, he's the things happen again. So Princess Leia Organa sought the help of Prince Xizor in her plan to liberate the carbon-frozen Captain Han Solo from the clutches of the gangster Jabba to get to the bottom of the attempts on Luke Skywalker's life. Yeah.
Oh, you just found one half of your problem right there.
Mm-hmm. So, obviously, Leia is disguised as the bounty hunter Bosch, the rebel leader accompanied by Snuva, which is Tuvaka, and welcomed into the Underlord's palace on Imperial Center. Enticed by Organa's beauty, Xizor tried to seduce her using his pheromones to cloud her mind and make her subjectable to his flirting. Dun,
Now, while she's
dun.
not trained in the Force, I suspect she might be strong enough to not be affected.
You would think, but however, his efforts were thwarted by Chewbacca's intervention, the latter who revealed Xizor's ploy to Leia. The princess returned to the Underlord's presence to solve for time, but need him in the groin to rebuke his advances, leading the frustrated crime boss to imprison her. Soon after Luke's escape from the Barabel mercenaries, Skywalker, Dash Rendar, Chewbacca, and Lando Calrissian infiltrated Xizor's abode in order to rescue Leia. I mean, if I was Leia, I would have kneed him right in the groin, too. That's awesome.
Even a galaxy far, far away, a long time ago, a knee to the groin is still effective.
Oh, heck yes. Honestly, I am shocked we haven't seen that in Star Wars, like in any of the animated. Well, we might have seen that we might have seen that in the animated series.
I haven't watched all of Vision's.
No, I'm talking about like Clone Wars or Rebels. I'd imagine someone would have done something like that.
Well, you can't need a droid in the groin.
No, you can knee stormtroopers.
Yeah, but has there ever been an instance of that?
I don't remember. If anybody remembers, if there was, let us know in the comments, or in the Discord, because I don't remember. But I would love. I want to see that again, if there is one. Anyway, so Xizor confronted the group during their escape, attempting to kill Skywalker himself. A standoff ensured that the Jedi trainee pulled a thermal detonator rigged to a dead man's switch. If Skywalker died, Xizor would die too. Calrissian threw another thermal detonator down a garbage chute, set on a 5-minute delay, and the rebels escaped to the palace's roof, where the Millennium Falcon was waiting for them. The Dark Prince escaped in the Virago and fled his orbiting Skyhook. Seething at his expensive palace, collapsed to the ground under the thermal detonator's blast.
So I think this is a combination of both Shadow the Empire, the game, and the book.
Possibly.
Because I remember reading this, because Leia takes one of the thermal detonators later to use in Jabba's palace.
Yeah.
I remember reading that. I'm like, that wasn't in the game.
So Xizor wasn't finished. So, however, he ordered his Star Viper fighters to fire on the Millennium Falcon. Dash Rendar's droid Ellie BO-29 or 2D9 had gotten a message from Rogue Squadron, who arrived to help in the fleeing rebels out. But the true turning point came in an unlikely source: the Empire. Dun, dun. During a communication with his Skyhook, Prince Xizor made the grave error of muttering Skywalker's name and the instructions, destroyed a YT-1300 light freighter despite being warned by Lord Vader not to go after him. Instead of being able to claim he had, after a group of renegades flying a YT-1300 freighter, he had made things personal as Palpatine was away inspecting the second Death Star. Vader, as Supreme Commander, was left in charge of Coruscant.
Okay, God. That doesn't make sense.
What? That Vader's in charge of Coruscant?
No, that Palpatine wasn't. No, because Palpatine was expecting the second Death Star.
Inspecting.
Yeah, but then he would, in Return of the Jedi, come and inspect it again.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can go inspect things multiple times and make sure it's on track for construction.
Talk about micromanaging.
Yes, that's what Palpatine does. What are you talking about? He is totally a micromanager. So he was aboard his flagship, the Superstar Destroyer Executor, when the fateful message was intercepted and ordered his TIE fighters to attack Black Sun's Star Vipers. Vader sent a hollow message to Fallen's Fist, demanding that Xizor cease his attack immediately and surrender into his custody. As the seconds ticked away, Vader listened to communications from the Skyhook and the chief of the Xizor fleet, who was begging to be allowed to surrender until his ship was destroyed. There was no answer from Xizor. When the time was up, Vader gave the order to destroy the Skyhook. Oh boy. Yeah. When the destruction of the Skyhook, Xizor was presumed dead, and his niece Savin took control of Black Sun, which consequently went under a civil war and spawned at least one offshoot, the Black Nebula.
So, unless you see a body or hear him die, he's not dead.
Right. And then by 43 ABY, so this is way after, there were still rumors among the New Jedi Order that Prince Xizor was somehow alive. One theory concerning his possible survival involved cloning by Black Sun cultists. However, these rumors were not given much credence. Which, just like what you said, you don't see a body, he's not dead.
Yeah.
Especially in Star Wars.
Oh, yeah. And if you use the Force.
That's true, too. And which he was Force sensitive.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit. I
mean, Palpatine, spoiler alert, by the way, Palpatine was thrown down the shaft and, quote-unquote, killed, only to be resurrected later in Legends during the Dark Empire storyline.
Yeah. And they did the same thing in the canon. And people got mad about it. And it's kind of, like, oh, it's not like they haven't done this before. I'm sorry. When people got mad when Palpatine came back in Rise of Skywalker, I was like, okay, you guys know they did this in Legends, right? He came back two or three times.
In Legends, they had a setup for this. Oh no, he's just back.
Yeah,
How?
But I believe it was explained in the book. It was it's cloning / he can transfer his soul.
Transfer.
Yeah.
But they didn't explain it in the movies.
No, they did not. They did it in the novelization, which dumb.
And unless you know that the soul transfer and the cloning technology that he was investing in, it made no sense.
Taking those out of the equation,
context,
taken out of context, yes, it's dumb. Putting context in there, oh, that makes sense because they've done it before.
I mean, in Bad Batch, they actually set that up.
Oh yeah, that's true.
They finally set that up in Bad Batch, which was like the whole main plot of like the last season.
Mm-hmm. Because it had
to
do with,
rant over
with Omega's DNA, wasn't it?
Yeah, blood, midi-chlorian count.
So, we do have some behind the scenes with Xizor, obviously. So, Xizor was created as the main villain for Star Wars Shadow of the Empire multimedia project with the aim to be an equal of Palpatine and Darth Vader and evil and viciousness. Initially, the vague arc villain, also known as leader of the Syndicate in the first stages of the comic adaptation, Ryder Wyndham, even envisioned him as Jabba's boss. His role and background, along with the fallen species, was created during the brainstorm session at Skywalker Ranch in November of 1994.
I would love to be part of a brainstorming session at Skywalker Ranch. That would be awesome.
God, heck yeah. Hey, Skywalker Ranch, if you want to employ me, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I can do voice one character. I'll voice one character in one show, and you don't have to give me anything. I just want to be in the show. It'd be great. So Steve Perry came up with the idea of the fallen pheromones and the skin color change according to mood. In notes from December 5th, 1994, Xizor was given a name and was described as the only one who could defeat Vader in a power struggle. He is compared to a corrupt Aristotle Onassis, or a sneaky Virgil Salazar. Oh, Virgil from the Godfather.
So I think what they mean by that is that Vader wasn't very political savvy. He was muscle. He was muscle, and that was it for the Emperor. He had no politics whatsoever. That's what Padme was. She was the political mind.
Yes.
Well, Anakin was, the frontline warrior, that type of thing. Xizor versus Vader, in the realm of politics, it would have been Xizor.
Yeah. Yep. So artists aimed for a reptilian exotic and having a regal stature. Xizor was first depicted in sketches by Michael Butkus, reportedly while listening to the Batman soundtrack. Killian Plunkett contributed 4 pages of Xizor's experimentations in January 95, aware of Star Wars drawing inspiration from samurai epics. He attempted to give Xizor an Oriental look, consulting illustrations of Mongol warriors, even experimenting with a Ushataka hat or cowl, and also elongated his face to make him more unhuman. Concept art included storyboards of the video game.
I was kind of wondering which Batman soundtrack, because there's 6 movies created
I think it's
in the 80s and 90s.
It's the Batman, like the original Batman. Is the one.
Which one?
With.
Which one?
The first one.
Which Batman?
Michael Keaton.
Which Batman?
Because the Batman came out in '89. Yeah.
With Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, the Jack Nicholson and Michael Keaton.
Yeah,
that one. Well, I would say I wouldn't. Saying Michael Keaton, he's in 2 of them. So, around February '95, the team settled with a figure that was more monstrous than the final one, with a large skull and top-knotted ponytail and felt at the shoulders. Until John Knowles noted that he was lacking the charm supposed to have. Around April '95, Knowles provided a printout with Xizor's face smirking, capturing the character's appearance and personality. The image, which made it to the cover of the video game, garnered praise and helped define and finalize the character. Butkus made the drawing with Xizor's iconic pose, itself inspired from a concept art of Bib Fortuna for Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. Susumu Sugita sculpted a 12-inch statue of Xizor based on Bupkis, which was used as a visual reference for illustrators and painters throughout the multimedia project.
So they make a sculpture based off of a picture to make more pictures.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. This is the 90s, dude. They'll do anything to help.
And they'll use those pictures to help make 3D models.
Yeah.
Which are just basically electronical sculpture.
And the thing is, if you play Shadow of the Empire, it wasn't 3D per se. It was still 2D.
Was it?
Yeah. Shadow of the Empire was like the original Doom style of the game because you're playing as Dash.
Well, I consider that more of a 3D.
Yeah, it's more of a 2D. It's a 2D. It's a 2.5 more.
Yeah,
more or less.
2D I consider side scrollers. Those I consider 2D.
So 2.5. There you go. How about that? Draw out the line there. So while Drew Struzan was working on the cover art for the novel in April '95, Lucy Autry Wilson instructed him about Xizor to make his costume in color of gunmetal and his skin a faintly greenish beige. His eyes are violet.
Greenish beige. Okay. I'm sure. Never mind. I'm going to skip that.
So the comic, Plunkett also instructed to make loose pencils for Xizor until his visuals were finalized. Knowles credits Plunkett for giving a sleeker quality to his face by adding a lot of nice lines.
So I imagine it's just, make a skeleton of him in poses and then we'll finalize it later.
Pretty much. Xizor's theme was composed by Joel McNally for the Shadows of the Empire soundtrack and can be heard in the Shadows of the Empire video game and the audiobook. Xizor's voice in the video game was provided by Nick Tate. And that's it, yeah. I want to say Nick Tate.
Sounds familiar.
He's Australian. He played Xizor and IG-88 in Shadows of the
He was Emperor
Empire.
Palpatine in the Empire Strikes Back read-along audiobook.
Oh, and Return of the Jedi, yeah. Well, that's cool. That's the only thing he was in for Star Wars. Let me see. Let me go to his IMDb. I see what he's noticed from. He's in Hook, Killer Elite, Star Trek Deep Space, the Great Gatsby, like the 2013 version.
He was in Battle of Britain. Uncredited, of course.
Let's see here. He's
I
in
gotta look at it
Psychonauts
earlier.
2. See if he's any other voiceover stuff besides. He's a big on-camera actor, from what I'm seeing.
2013 version. Oh, Taxi Driver. That's why.
He is in the X-Files. He's the Real Adventures of Johnny Quest. Oh my God.
Oh, mama. Oh no. Maybe a different one.
Yeah, so he's in a lot of old stuff. He's not.
Oh, he's in Mad Max.
Is he?
Yeah, 2015.
Oh, the game, The Mystic. He's the voice of the Mystic in Mad Max.
You said Escape from Monkey Island, right?
The
2000.
Yeah, Escape from Monkey Island in 2000.
And
yeah, he was Ozzy Mandrill.
Psychonauts 2.
Yeah, he is not in a whole lot of like voiceover. It's mainly movies and television series. So anyway, Xizor makes, or where was it? Oh yeah, Xizor makes many cameo appearances during the pod race scene and the Phantom Menace, as well as the Micro Machine toy figure line of Xizor to be used as stand-in for members of the pod race crowd. However, as the cameos is used only in the background fill-ins, it may not be considered an actual appearance of the character proper. Which
I think it would have been better to have him in Jabba's suite.
Oh, that would be, yeah.
So they're talking business while the pod race is going on.
That'd be cool. In the game Star Wars Empire at War, Xizor had a finished 3D model, but was excluded from the final game. It could make an appearance in a holographic form in the expansion pass, Forces of Corruption. The name of Xizor's model is, I'm not even going to read that because it's an actual code name. NI_Prince Xizor .ALO.
Yeah.
Ooh. But yeah, that's what we have on Prince Xizor. There you go. A Legends only character as of right now. He's like he's semi-canon, not really. It's just been some things have been referenced, but not like him as a character.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what we got. You have any final thoughts or anything on this character?
Well, at first it sounded like he was nothing more than a rich boy just trying to have some fun in life by going to crime. Then he made something himself.
Yep, that he did. That he did. So, yeah, with that being said, and everybody, thank you again for listening to Holocron Histories, and may the Force be with you.
To Holocron Histories, Star Wars Canon versus Legends. You can find us on the Robots Radio Discord at robotsradio.net, the Ben and Friends podcasting Discord, where you can share your thoughts, experiences, and love for the Star Wars lore. And don't forget, for the Republic.
Starting a business can seem like a daunting task, unless you have a partner like Shopify. They have the tools you need to start and grow your business. From designing a website to marketing to selling and beyond, Shopify can help with everything you need. There's a reason millions of companies like Mattel, Heinz, and Allbirds continue to trust and use them. With Shopify on your side, turn your big business idea into... Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/special offer.